We're recording. All right. Awesome. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on our Business of Coaching webinar. We are super excited that you're here. We're super excited to be here ourselves. And I was thinking about this today. There's so many different titles for these types of webinars. And when we were putting this together, this presentation together, we really wanted to drive home that this is an actual business. And I think so many people miss that part because it's so friggin' fun. Like, look at these pictures. This is literally what we do for a living. But it is an actual business that is fueling our dreams and our visions and changing our lives. So we're very, very happy that you are here. My name is Jessica. You're going to learn a little bit more about my story throughout this evening. I'm a mom of 2 toddlers and super passionate about what we do. I'm from Northern California. We're representing all of the coast in America. Dana will be presenting with me and the rest of our coaches as well tonight. Dana, you want to do a little intro?
Yeah. I'm Dana. I currently live in Central Florida, and I am a single mama to a little boy named Declan, who is 6. I've been a coach for 5.5 years, and super excited to have you here joining us tonight.
Awesome. So we are going to dive right in, and we want to know why you're here. Why are you here? Really, that's what everything comes down to. Because if you decide to do this, you're going to learn there's many different ways and approaches to do it. It's entrepreneurship. So you can be as creative as you want. You can be as, what's the opposite of creative? Not creative. On brain. Just create whatever as you want. But it all comes down to this question. Why are you here? Why are you interested in this field of a career? What is it within you and your heart that sparked your interest that this whole idea of helping people for a living is really fascinating to me and I want to learn more about it? So I want you to think about this question and I want you to write it down and maybe send it to the person that invited you to be here. I also want you to think of these next 2 questions that really, for me, are the reason I'm here still 3.5 years later. The first one is, in your dream life, if you could have anything, if you could financially be any place, be living any place in your life, what would you like, where would you like to be in your life? Financially, debt, in your relationships, in your freedom of time. That is such a big, huge motivator for me personally. But in your dream life, 1 year from today, on September 18th, 2020, where do you see yourself? Take away all the fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of anything. Where would you want to be? Again, I want you, this is your homework. I want you to take away. I'm going to write this stuff down, send it to the person who invited you here. And then I want you to take it a step further. 5 years from today, and there's so much that can happen in 5 years. Truly, so much. So 5 years from today, we're looking at September 18th, 2024. That's crazy. Hopefully I did that math right. Where would you like to be? You could have anything. Would you like to be a millionaire? Would you like to have a lake house? Would you like to you and your spouse both be working from home, making $20,000 a month, and like anything, dream as big as you can to the point where it's uncomfortable. Write that down, let that sink in. Feel free to write it in the chat and the comments if you'd like to. And I want you to do this and spend more time in this, especially if you're married. Talk with your spouse and kind of ask yourself these questions, because they are game changers. And we're going to talk kind of about why, and you're going to learn how this could potentially be the catalyst that's going to get you there. And if you're very clear on this, all the other stuff really won't matter. You with me? All right.
Yes. I just want to throw on there that, like, sometimes you really have to work on allowing yourself to dream big and see that your life could take a different trajectory. Because I know a lot of us coming in, we've kind of been taught since we were young that life has to go a certain way, things have to have a certain time span, that you can't dream that big, that you can't have those things. that you can't, you know, be present with your kids, but also have a career. Like there are a lot of things that we're kind of conditioned to believe that sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to break those patterns and those kind of mental chains that we get in when it really comes to allowing ourselves to dream bigger for our lives.
So true. Amen.
Hey, can I get an amen on Wednesday?
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Now, misconceptions. This is what stops pretty much 75% of people from actually looking into this opportunity that could change your life. It's inaccurate misconceptions. And so we're going to dive into the ones that we hear most and the ones that we have actually had ourselves because we want to shed some light and truth into these areas. So to kick us off, Nikki is going to talk to us about the first one. I'm not a salesperson.
Awesome. Hi, you guys. So can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm not a salesperson. That is something that your coach can work through, and you guys can talk about it because I continuously work on it. And it's something that going into this, I was not a product user. I was not a program user. I was a believer in health and fitness. I'm a fitness instructor, and I believed that so many people plateau in their fitness journey that are already coming into the gym. And so when I found out about the nutritional programs, about the supplementation, I was like, I need to know more so I can help more people. I can help them deeper into their journey so they're not quitting on themselves, right? And I'm in the business for changing lives and for building confidence and for people to feel good in their own skin. And so I looked at this as a wonderful opportunity where they can do that. And they can do it from their home. So it's so awesome because I watched my husband do it for 3+ years. He is an at-home worker outer, and I say I like to go places or I like to be around the people. But then we do our virtual gym, and that is so fun where multiple people are working out at the same time. And so it's just so nice to have a community of people because that's what I like. But just remembering that health is the greatest gift that we can give someone, mind, body, soul. When you see someone's confidence, whether it's because they completed a program, whether it's they've lost 2 pounds, whether it's those small wins that really create belief. And so I think what helped me so much get out of my head about being a salesperson is I realized these programs work, these products work, and I believe in them. So you have to, number one, believe so people can achieve their dreams and what they're wanting out of it. And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And so it is just, you can only provide a solution, right? I pride myself on relationship building. My husband's like, you have so many different random circles of friends. And I'm like, because I just love people. But I love hearing different stories. I like to not, have, I don't know. I just like talking to people. I'm a people person. So when you are listening to where they are and where they're at, nutrition might speak to maybe like how you could help them. Like they're struggling with making good food choices or not getting enough correct nutrients. And so it's just knowing, and I think that's building belief too, is like knowing what the products that we do offer. And there's so much more than when I started. I just was skimming the surface, and I'm continuing to learn and continuing to see how the solutions that we can offer can help people of all different ages and stages in life. And so I think that has been kind of one of my biggest things, is just keeping the eye on, you're just helping them, and the people who want help will hear the help, and then you just can move forward from that.
I love it. Thank you so much, Nikki, especially with your background in fitness. Like, This is so much more than like selling mascara. You know, like we're actually changing people's lives, and I absolutely love that. Okay, I get the honor and the privilege of talking about, isn't this a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme? Like I still hear that to this day from people. I hear it from husbands usually of the women who want to do this. And I thought in my brain the same thing went before I checked it out. It's a pyramid scheme. Everyone thinks that about network marketing, and it's so not. So I'm not going to even spend a ton of time and energy on this, because if you have this fear in your head, I want you to go Google what a pyramid scheme is. A pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme is when you're putting money into something, you're not getting anything back except for the promise of your return, and that's it. When someone decides to become a coach, you're buying your tools for your own journey. That is it. Even, especially like you get what's called a challenge pack that gives you all the resources that you need to be successful. Your coach registration, your business registration fee, which is only $39, is waived. So you're legit not even buying into something. You're just buying a product that you're using for yourself. And people have created 7-figure businesses from a $140 investment. So if you're looking at the reason why people think it's a pyramid is because you end up growing your team. And we're going to talk about sales versus team building. You're growing your team. This is why we do these kinds of webinars. You can only get so far if you're a selfish human. In sales, in a sales position, you're thinking about selling a product. In network marketing, the beauty of it is you're actually kind of delegating the work in a sense, and you have to be selfless. You have to teach other people in your team how to be successful, and that's how you build what's called residual income. And when you teach multiple people how to build their own dreams, and you're their coach, in a sense, it begins to look like a triangle, which is why people have that idea that it's a pyramid scheme. I like to think of it as an upside down family tree, because you're continuing to duplicate. And this is how we maximize our impact, because we cannot help the whole world, but we can teach people how to help people, and then they teach people, and they teach people, and we create a ripple effect. Okay, I'm kicking it over to Kelly.
All right, can you hear me okay? Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us. I'm super excited to have you. I am going to cover actually a big reason why I delayed coaching for so darn long. And it was because I felt as though I didn't have enough time. I am a registered nurse. I am a diabetes educator. I have 2 extremely busy kids, and I feel like I'm an Uber driver as well. And all I do is cart them from activity to activity. My husband travels a lot for work, so a lot of the time everything falls on me. And I was kind of crazy to think that I was, when I was considering this, do I really want to take something else on, or am I just like losing my mind? However, I started these programs for a selfish reason, and it was purely to help myself and to help myself feel better about myself, honestly. I have diabetes as well, and I really needed to get on a better track and honestly take my own advice and start some sort of exercise routine and start nutrition, and basically what I've been telling my patients I needed to do for myself. So I started these programs, and after probably a couple of months, I started to notice very quickly very big changes, not only physically, but mentally. And my family started to notice that significantly. I still delayed it. Even with that, I still delayed it. And after many more months, I decided to give it a try, because honestly, at this point, I was feeling so incredible that I wanted to be able to kind of shout it from the rooftops and share that with others. And I felt it was honestly a little selfish of me for not sharing it with others. So I started to coach, and I found what I call is my pockets of time, because we are all busy. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's kind of what we do and how we use them that makes or breaks when it comes to how much we want to see our business grow. For me personally, I really wanted to see this grow, and I wanted to make a very significant income for my family so that I could potentially reduce my nursing hours and be around more for them, be around for the sick calls, be around for pickup and drop off. And thankfully, I've been able to do that because of it. Obviously, it's because of my hard work, but I find that I use my pockets of time. So I will message people on my way to work, on my way back from work. If people are interested in what I'm doing, I just send voice messages to them. If there's coaches that are asking me questions, my team, I'm voice messaging them. I might even go live in the car, guys. I know it's not appropriate. My hands are hands-free, but I will put my phone up and I will actually go live, and they're used to seeing me with a steering wheel in front of my face, and I'm talking to them about different things that I think that they would benefit from to help them grow their business. Today it was talking about inviting. So I find those times, and it's 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. I also, if I'm sitting on a lot of soccer fields and I'm sitting in a lot of gymnastics rooms, I will, as practice time, maybe take 20 minutes and respond to people in that time, or listen to personal development. If I'm sitting on the sofa as my kids are kind of like watching some show that I really don't really care about, but I want to hang with them, I might respond to people during that time as well. So I'm really finding my pockets that work for me. Some people might say, you know what? I'm going to get up early in the morning, and I do this on weekends. I'm going to get up and set my alarm, half an hour early. I'm going to bang out the work that I need to put in so that the rest of the day is kind of free. That's another really awesome way. But there was a quote that I had heard like years ago, and that has always stuck with me, that basically says, am I going to keep continuing to work for someone else's dreams, or am I going to start working for my own? And I really think about that truly every single day when I'm sitting here saying, oh my gosh, like, what do I need to do today for my business? Is I am excited to walk out the hospital door and immediately a personal development call or a message is going through as I'm even walking to my car, guys. I take all the time that I have, those pockets, so it doesn't take away from my family, but I'm able to give what I want to be able to grow what I am hoping will actually give me more freedom to be with my family. And so for you, there's no right or wrong. This is a business that you create. You put the work in and you get out of it. So if you want to put a little bit in, you get that out. If you want to put a lot in and invest, you're going to get that reward. But I love the fact that I'm not going to be in trouble if I didn't do something wrong. If I didn't put in this amount of time, it just all depends upon what I'm going to get out of it. And for me, I am super excited to see every single day how this grows, and each year how our business and it's helped my family be able to see more of me. And honestly, all of it has helped me be a better mom, wife, and person, because I feel better about myself. And this has kept me on track for my own journey.
Amen on a Wednesday. So powerful. I absolutely love it. Love it. Okay, turning it over to Sarah. Sarah is going to tell us about her experience about those fears and misconceptions that, do I have to be at my goal weight before I even start this?
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about this today because after Jessica asked me to talk about it, I was thinking more about when I got started. And this was actually one of my big concerns when I signed up as a coach, and then especially when I started putting it out there, what I was doing and inviting other people to join me. When I signed up, I was 30 pounds overweight. I wanted to lose 30 pounds. And I signed up as a coach because I wanted the extra accountability. I wanted to help lead challenge groups. I knew I would show up better for myself if I thought that other people were counting on me to show up. Because I just wasn't at a place where I was really able to make myself a priority. So I knew I needed that extra level of accountability. But I had 30 pounds to lose. So I signed up, and at first I was nervous about putting it out there. But as I was talking to people about it, what they told me was, if you don't share your story now, then people aren't going to understand the journey that you went through. And that's really the beauty of what we do as coaches. We're here to commit to our own journey and then share our experience and share along the way as we go through it. So whereas before I kind of thought in order to be a good coach, like you had to have like abs and be like extremely fit and all this stuff. And here I am, 30 pounds to lose. It's actually kind of the opposite. People, when they watch you go through that journey, they can relate to you and they see your realness, and that builds trust and it inspires them that they can do it too. So I was told when I started, share that journey, because when you get to your goal weight, people are going to have a harder time relating to you a little bit. And I totally found that to be true. So once I was like 3.5 months in, I hit my goal weight and I continued to get stronger from there. And it wasn't very long before I heard rumors of people telling my friends, oh, like Sarah's always been fit. Like she's never been overweight. She doesn't understand. And I was like, what? Like, what? So it's totally true. Like if you're not at your goal weight, now is the time to start coaching and to start sharing your journey and taking pictures and doing your videos and all these things. Like I remember I had never even taken a selfie before because I was the mom who like hid from the camera. And I remember going into my backyard and like trying to figure out how to do this selfie thing, like holding the camera, like it was so weird. But that's the time to start, is when you're getting started on your journey.
I agree. So powerful. And I've loved watching your whole journey. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Ashley, you are up, sister. Tell us about your
Hello. Hi. I can totally relate to that last topic. I'll tell you what, because I'm still working on it, sisters. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about I don't have the money. This was actually one of my biggest objections when I started because for a lot of us, you know, for let's say if you're going all in with a challenge pack, $140 is a lot of money. Personally, I was dealing with a lot of debt from losing my son to a congenital heart defect. We spent 6 months in the hospital, so our medical bills were really high. But I had just had our rainbow baby, and I knew that at close to 300 pounds, like something needed to change. And so I talked to my coach, Dana, and I said, you know I want this, but I don't know how to swing that. Like if I spend this much money, that's going towards my groceries or that's my electric bill, which is very real. But then I had to get real with myself. And I needed to look at my day-to-day spending. All of that BS, little things, little $5 charges here and there, like going to Starbucks or going to Dunkin's, because, you know, I'm from Massachusetts, so we drink a lot of Dunkin's. And, you know, just dumb things, you guys, like buying that weird app on iTunes for no apparent reason, just because you're bored and you want to play this game. I don't know, just all of that stuff adds up. And when I really sat down and I looked at it, I went, oh my gosh, I've been spending like $100 a month on freaking coffee. On coffee. Like, why wouldn't I just be like, hey, I'm going to buy the Starbucks coffee from the grocery store and make it myself, save a buck, and take that money that I would normally spend and put it towards myself. Because once you get to that point of looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing who you are and knowing that you need that change, that's your first step into making yourself a priority. And when you get into this business and you invest in yourself, that's the biggest step you can make into doing something for you and to make you happy and to make you feel better about yourself. So it took time, you know, I took probably a month after I said I was ready to save it up, because I saved it up. And then, you know, what happened? I helped 3 people and I got that money back and then some. And there are different calls that we can go on to go into that with you, but essentially that's it. So if you're worried about it, save it up a little bit, you know, save up your cash, then grab 3 people, grab your sister, grab your mom, and grab your best friend and have them do it with you. And then a week or 2 later, you get that money back, sis, and then go treat yourself to a Starbucks for working hard. So that is my tidbit.
I love it so much because I was also an 80 or more a month coffee spender when I stopped and analyzed and needed to prioritize what I was saying. I can't afford this for when I really could. I just wasn't prioritizing what I was spending. So I absolutely love that.
True.
I am going to share with you quickly about I don't have a big social media following, and or if you live in a small town or you don't have a big network or you feel like you don't know a lot of people, or going along the same lines of I don't want to be a salesperson to all my friends and family. I don't want to be that person that people avoid at parties or gatherings, you know, where they're like, this girl is just going to corner me and try to sell me something, because those are common objections. When I started this business, I had just moved back to the town my family lives in, which is a really small town in the middle of nowhere in the South. I did not have a big social media following. I did not regularly post anything on social media. I didn't use it for connecting with people. I wasn't someone like, some people post on their social medias frequently anyways, even though you're not doing anything on there. I did not. So I was coming from being someone who was radio silent on social media, who lived in a tiny little town, didn't really have any way to network with people. But that is the beauty of coaching. You could literally live in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota, and you could build an incredible business because you, at your fingertips, have the ability to connect with anyone, anywhere. And that's just truly like the most incredible thing is you're going to meet the most incredible people when you start to put yourself out there and share your journey and connect with other moms or women that have the same struggles as you, because you start to feel like you find this whole community of people that are out there that are just like you that never existed before you tapped into learning how to network on social media. So if anything, I would say that this, the fact that you maybe don't have a big social media following or that you live in a small place, this is a great opportunity for you to really create your own community of people that you connect with and that follow you and that you build relationships with. And we really teach you how to do that as a new coach. So have no fear if you don't have lots of friends. We will teach you how. Okay, so let's see if you're getting down. I'm gonna dive in and talk a little bit about the hidden perks to joining this coaching business. So I know for a lot of us when we started, you may have something specific like what we mentioned at the beginning about like where you want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, those types of things that are more specific maybe in terms of having accountability to your own journey or earning extra income for your family or maybe working towards being more present or paying off debt, kind of those like big things that interest you in coaching, right? But there are a lot of little hidden perks that you find out along the way that I had no idea were partly like in store when I started coaching. And I was like, wait, I can like earn vacations? This is really cool. So like I just talked about with community, when you join this opportunity, you instantly become a part of a team, a tribe, a community, a wellness community of people that support you, that are like-minded, that lift you up. And I don't know about you guys, but I did not have a lot of positive, like-minded friends when I started this journey. I desperately needed like-minded mama friends, people who would talk about real stuff, people who would talk about their vulnerabilities and their struggles, and also the things they wanted to accomplish, and like friends you want to dream with who lift you up and support you. And so when you join this, you instantly get an incredible new family of people who just love and support you and encourage you and believe in you. And I think that's absolutely priceless, especially in the world we live in right now. Earning vacations. So there are tons of opportunities to earn trips with coaching, not just luxury vacations. Like you can earn leadership retreats and things like that. We just came back from Wisconsin this past weekend from a leadership retreat, but we do have specific company-wide annual all-inclusive vacations that you can earn by helping 3 or more people a month. It is literally that simple. It's not something where you can come into this and you only see like a tiny percentage of people that can actually earn this. This is possible for anyone to earn these trips. I have earned them every single year since I became a coach. Like I said, I didn't know anything about them when I came into this. I was just motivated. I was excited. I was passionate about helping people. And then it was like, boom, here's this, trip you can take to an all-inclusive 5-star resort in Mexico. And I was like, wow, this is incredible, right? So you really do get rewarded when you are consistent, when you are committed to our purpose and our mission, and you're consistently helping people. You can earn those vacations for yourself and your family. Free business coaching. So this is something that, like I said, when you come into this team, when you come into our community, you are not just kind of signed up and left to figure it out on your own. We have weekly webinars, we have team calls, we have company national wake up calls, we have trainings, and we also do one-on-one mentoring. So there is so much opportunity for you to kind of dive in and learn the ropes from us. Our desire is for you to have success. So we are there with you every step of the way and encouraging you to kind of become independent leaders as you go along and learn these things, because then in the future, you're going to be paying that forward and teaching other people the same. And personal growth and development is probably one of my favorite hidden perks, because I was so against this in the beginning. I was like, personal development, I don't need that. I don't want to read books. I don't want to listen to podcasts. That's like woo-woo crazy talk, right? And then I read a few personal development books. I think I read 3 and I was hooked, and I am now a personal development junkie, because you really truly, when you work on your mindset and your attitude and your positivity and how you respond to challenges in life, and you learn tricks and hacks, it really begins to change your entire life. Like when you change you change every facet of your life. So the more you grow and the more you change and the more you expand, the more you're able to grow and change and expand your life. And you'll quickly realize that personal development is like a lifeline, not something crazy and woo-woo. So I think that's the last one. I can't see down the slide anymore.
Oh, that's weird. Can everyone else see? The last one is accountability. You see it?
Got it. Yes. Now I can see it. Accountability. So who doesn't need accountability in their life? I think we all do. I definitely can say that as coaches, team-wide, this is something that we all can use, especially during different phases and seasons of your life where life is busy, motherhood is busy, you're distracted, you have personal things going on. This is the ultimate accountability as a coach. It was a big part of why I started, because I knew I needed something more than just myself to show up for. Because I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but sometimes it's easier to let yourself down than it is to let other people down. Like when you share that you have a goal and you have something you accomplish and you share that publicly, you are 10 times more likely to show up for it, because you don't want people to see you fail. Like you don't want to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit to this, and then you disappear a week later. But if you don't tell anybody about it, nobody knows, and then you can kind of sneak off quietly and quit, right? So coaching is truly the ultimate accountability for you to always be working on yourself, committed to your wellness, committed to your health, and therefore leading by example, imperfect example, because no one is perfect, but leading by example and really leaning into that. And it truly helps you develop consistent habits in your life, which is a game changer.
Absolutely. I love all those. We're going to blaze through this because we want to honor you guys' time. We get so excited. Okay, so really quickly how we're different. This is important to me because I feel like when you're going into any career move or business move, you need to know what you're getting into and why it's so unique and set apart from other things out there. And the first thing I want you to understand, and I teach on this all day with just in my own background in holistic health and being a registered nurse and the things that I've studied, you need this comprehensive approach that we as coaches get at our fingertips to offer our clients. You need to have intentional nutrition. You need consistent exercise you need to move your body every day. You need supplementation in your life because of I'm so sorry, I've got a cold. Because of the nature of our fast-paced, stressed out society that we're in with the nutrient depleted soils, you need supplementation in your life to help you really thrive. And we have that in this incredible product of Shakeology that we offer. You need mindset coaching. I tell my clients all the time, you can eat all the kale, do all the cardio, but if your head is messed up, you're never going to be a vibrantly healthy human. And then you need what Dana was talking about, that accountability and support. And we offer that within our challenge groups that we both for ourselves and for our clients. I love that. We talked about we have free coaching, not only in nutritional certifications and our annual summit events, but you get business training as well. And then the fact is that this company has been around for 20 years now. Shakeology and some of our supplement line has been around for 10 years now, and it's continuing to improve. We are a $1.3 billion company in the health and fitness industry. And my personal favorite piece, because I am a nerd in this area, but we are backed by science. And this isn't just someone's opinion that they're saying you should do this because it's cool. It's backed by science and hundreds of thousands of testimonials that this approach to wellness, it's out of this world. And so take these and think to yourself, can you find another place in one location where you can get intentional nutrition plans, fitness, supplementation, mindset coaching, and support in one place that isn't going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars? That is the business that we are in, that we have at our fingertips as soon as you sign up. And I absolutely love that.
So I'm going to share with you a little bit quickly on what successful coaches do, because a lot of people are like, okay, I want to coach, but what do you actually do? So the first and foremost is being a product of the product. It's going to be extremely hard for you to share what you're doing, to encourage other people to join you, to feel that kind of that passion and that purpose that you develop, that belief you develop through your own experience. So really being committed to the products and the programs and being on your own journey and constantly working on your own physical, mental, emotional, and financial transformation is key to this, because you cannot tell someone to do something you are not doing yourself. You cannot teach someone to do something that you are not doing yourself, right? You can't coach someone through a fitness program if you've never actually completed one yourself and experience the highs and lows and the struggles and the ups and the downs and the outcomes and the transformation that you experience through it, because changes in your habits can be hard, right? But that's why they're also such a game changer. So you have to commit to your own journey so that you can share from your own experience and your own transformation. And sharing the journey. So you need to be sharing, like Sarah talked about, the realness of it, the relatability, the things that are not easy, the things that you're going through, how you're showing up every day, how you're making time in your schedule, how you're making it work as a busy mom with kids, so that people can really relate to your journey and look at you and say, well, if she can do that, so can I. That's the key here, is that we're not perfect people. But what makes it real and shows other people that they can do this too is that you sharing that journey every single day. Inviting people to join you. So yes, we do invite you to join us. Jess always kind of explains this as like a party that you want to invite everybody to, because when you're a part of something that has changed you and your health and your life and your mindset, and that feeling of community and support, and then also a business opportunity that has changed your life so much, you can't help but want to share it with other people. And yes, you're going to have to get over fear and rejection and self-doubt and all that good stuff. That's a part of the process. But when you really believe that you're inviting someone to do something with you that could totally transform their life, and you make the focus being something selfless rather than selfish, you'll find that people want to join you, that people need what you have to offer. And there are so many people out there that are just praying for someone to come into their life like you, to invite them to join you, to change your life, because they don't know how to do it alone. Getting 5 people started a month. We have benchmarks that we set every month for ourselves as coaches. I just want to make it clear that there is no quota that you have to hit or you get terminated or anything like that. This is just a general benchmark that we suggest. Helping 5 people a month get started is going to ensure that you are doing your job as a coach, which is helping people, and that you are also learning how to grow your business, a sustainable business, over the course of time. And then teaching and sharing about this business, very much like you're hearing us share tonight. As you get in and you learn the ropes and you become confident and you start to have some wins in your business, it is extremely important to share the opportunity, because just like sharing fitness and nutrition and helping someone change their journey and transform their own health, it's even bigger of a blessing when you share the coaching opportunity with someone, because they're not only changing their health and fitness, but they're having the opportunity to completely financially change the trajectory of their future and have a purpose and make an impact. So we are super passionate about sharing the coaching opportunity. That's why you're here tonight. That's why we show up for this. But the things you need to do to be successful really are basic. They're simple, but they're not easy, right? The hard part is working on yourself and staying consistent with them. So. Jess, you're muted.
I was so excited. And I'm like, okay, we're going to dive into how the heck do you make money with this business, because any successful business, it is driven by income. You're not a successful business if you're not making money, right? And all of us have to make money. And so funny, because myself included, I came into this and I almost had this subconscious feeling like I feel bad for helping, like making money for helping people. It's so bizarre where that comes from. But it's so important for our futures and our families to make money. And with this, there's no cap on how much money you can make. So I want you to understand at a basic level how we make money in the different revenue streams that this is. So sales versus team building. If you are someone who comes into this business and you're like, I just want to sell a product, you will be successful, but only in what's called front-end income, which I'm going to talk about really quickly in the next slide. This business model is so much more enjoyable and so much more, I cannot think of words right now, but will produce so much more income if you learn how to build a team. And I want you to think of it this way. I could kill myself trying to help 100 people, or I could help 10 people and teach those 10 people how to help 10 people. And then they teach those 10 people how to help 10 people. And in having that kind of team building concept, you are not only going to make substantially more money, it's going to be residual money. It's more like you're delegating the work, so you're not doing it all. And you're setting yourself up for that vision of life of time freedom and financial abundance. And that is how we come from a legacy in our team. So me and Dana are in the same team, and our grandfather coach, Keith Callahan, he wrote an amazing book. He just published a book, but he is one of the top earners in the company. I think he makes about $1 million I don't remember, right around there, $1 million a year maybe. And the way we teach how to build this business is the way that he does. So just so you know, it works. It works. And that's how we will teach you how to grow your business as well. So there's 4 ways that you earn money as a coach. The first way is through commission. So it's similar to obviously sales. You earn 25 to 40% commission on a transaction that occurs from when someone signs up, and most people will sign up with what's called the challenge pack because they get the best deal. They get the biggest bang for their buck, and usually they'll get fitness, nutrition, and Shakeology all together. There's several different options for that. And otherwise, people will just buy Shakeology or just buy the performance stack, or they'll just get Beachbody on demand. Those transactions you get a commission on. The second way is through what's called team cycle bonuses. And this is the residual income I was talking about. And this is based on team building as you help other people sign people up and so on and so forth. You will earn residual income. And the people who are making 6 and 7 figures in this business, usually 90 to 99% of their weekly checks come from this category of team cycle bonuses. And so to me, it was very encouraging to hear that, because I was like, how are these people making so much money? Are they signing up like a bajillion people every week? And that's not true at all. Most of them usually stick around 5 new people a month. It's just that they built a massive organization that has built their volume and their team. The third part is matching bonuses. So say you decide to sign up as a coach, you learn a little bit more about the business model, and you help your coaches. You invite them to this webinar. You plug them into our new coach training that we have, and they hit the ground running, and they are very successful. Beachbody pays you a percentage. It's 5 to 10% of what they make each week, of what your coach makes each week. It does not take anything from them. It's an added incentive for you to be selfless and teach reproduction and teach your coaches how to be successful. That's amazing. And then the last area is the quarterly Star Diamond bonuses. Papa John's sleeping. Am I talking too loud?
So quarterly Star Diamond bonuses, we have specific ranks within the company that as you climb and you really grow your business, you have the opportunity to earn these Star Diamond quarterly bonuses, which let's say for like the 2-star Diamond rank is typically around $900 a quarter. So this is a really incredible like gift that you get back when you really start to build a solid foundation and help other coaches be successful and build their own organizations. That you open up the door to not only just earning what you're earning through commissions and bonuses, but quarterly Star Diamond bonuses, which is amazing.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to explain this really quick because when I learned this, it blew my mind because I never, ever have heard of it this way. As you guys know, there's different network marketing companies out there. There's different careers out there. And I had this diagram, similar diagram drawn my brain, for me. And this is representative of Beachbody's compensation plan. So there's several network marketing companies. I have no idea what theirs is, but let's take the wine network marketing company or the mascara network marketing company. Several of them are heavy on front end income, meaning let's say that they're, the first 2/3 of that dollar bill is front end income, meaning they have higher sign-on bonuses, maybe they have higher commission, they have higher payback for that initial transaction, that initial sale than what ours is. Beachbody is heavy in back-end income, meaning they actually pay more over time if you're consistent. So they pay more. The way it's set up is for you to work less and make more over time versus network marketing companies and many jobs that are set up with heavy front-end income, meaning that they're going to have to hustle all the time for 10 to 15 years in order to keep up that kind of money. And so if they run out of people, or if they have a rough month, their income will significantly drop. I can tell you this month and last month, this month specifically, I was sick and I've not added one person to my team and my income hasn't changed. I haven't worked, to be honest with you, for the first 18 days for the most part of the month. And my income hasn't changed. I'm still getting paid weekly because we have heavy back-end income. And that to me was really powerful to learn.
I can speak to that too. This last year, I've gone through a lot health-wise, and I worked significantly less than what my typical standards for myself are. And having that residual income is such a blessing, even when you are not expecting to need it in your life. So this is just a general diagram to kind of show you the ranges that you can earn at specific ranks in this business, which those ranks absolutely mean nothing to you right now. But it's just great to kind of get a general idea of, depending on how you build this business and the way that we teach you to build it, that there is a significant difference in earning income opportunity at these given ranks. Just to give you an example, an Emerald coach, that first one you see on there means that you have helped a total of 2 people. And a diamond coach on there means that you helped a total of 12. So you're not looking at something that is like all elusive and too hard to ever achieve. You're looking at something that is absolutely totally possible for you, and the ranges of income that you could make at those given ranks, given that you are diligent and consistent and hardworking and really pouring into growing this. So a whole lot of opportunity at your fingertips. So I just wanted to quickly share a little bit about my story, and you'll see we're actually sharing our real income statistics here because I think it's important to see what is actually possible from real people who have done it. When I first started, I don't know if you saw my live, but I was a newly single mom. I was really kind of at rock bottom in my life. I was deciding if I should put my son in full-time daycare, work 2 jobs, and go back to school at the same time. And I personally really feared not being present for my son and living a life where we were always just in survival, because I am a sole provider and I am a single parent. And the vision that kept me going was the ability to be home and financially free and create a future for us that I never would have had the opportunity to create without this opportunity. Given where I started and given where I was coming from, it was just, kind of at a rock bottom scenario in my life. This gave me the opportunity to really rebuild myself and my health and my wellness and my emotional state, while also transforming the lives of other people and building something that changed the course of our life. I didn't quit because I was very clear on what I was doing here and what this meant to me. And I think that's especially important for new coaches, because just like any other business or chasing, going through a college degree or anything else like that, it is going to be hard and there is going to be a learning curve and it does take work. But if you are clear on why you are here and you can have belief in what you cannot yet see, this, like we said, can change the trajectory of your life. So I'll just keep it short and sweet to that.
Awesome. And I will, so when I first started, I had just had my first son, and I had horrible back pain, and I was going back to work in prison as a correctional nurse, and I was devastated. I never knew I wanted to be a work from home mom, ever. I didn't until I had a baby, and then it changed everything. For those of you who are moms, you know exactly what I mean. So when I first started, I feared what people would think because of my background, and I have a lot of people trust me, and I had some of those stipulations, but then I saw quickly that this could provide a totally different life than what I had planned on, being a full-time working nurse with my husband working full-time and not being able to be present and not having that freedom and being always exhausted. And I was also determined to heal my back that I was told you can't really do anything about. And so that vision kept me going, being pain-free and being able to one day work from home with my kids on my own, helping people, but on my own time frame. And because I didn't quit, I was able to retire from nursing in June of 2018, and I now work full-time from home. I've matched my nursing income. I'm able to be present with my 2 boys and go on vacations. We go on a Beachbody related trip now, like I'd have to sit down and count them. 3 to 5 times a year, depending on the friends that we make. Like we just got invited to Colorado for a wedding this summer. And where we're going with this, honestly, you guys, has given us the kind of life we never thought could have been possible. And we, you know, as a nurse and my husband's in law enforcement, we make good money, but it's so much more than money. It's about the income, the impact that we're making, and the freedom to live the kind of life we want to give to our kids, and just to have the financial freedom and abundance to go and take a month off and go to Montana if we wanted to. Like we could do that with this. And I'm just so forever thankful that someone risked being rejected and told me about this income opportunity, or else I wouldn't be here. Okay, I can't remember. I can't remember where we're at. Okay, this is me. Okay, so now it's your turn. You've learned some of the nuts and bolts. You've learned about our stories. You know that you could do this too. And I just want to ask you, why not you? Like, why are you hesitating? What's holding you? What fears are holding you back? And the exercise you did in the beginning, will your current path that you're on right now get you to those 1 and 5 year goals that you thought of? If it will, awesome. Godspeed, keep moving ahead. And if they're not, then you have to change, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Now, if you're interested, Dana's going to tell you how to get started.
If nothing changes, nothing changes is like one of my favorite sayings of all time, because it's so true when it comes to your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your mindset, your financial status, the time you spend with your family. A lot of times we think we can hope and wish and dream for things to change, and it only changes when we take action for changing them. So hopefully this inspires you to see that you could do any and all of those things with coaching. How to get started. So if you are not already signed up in a challenge group, which I know sometimes we have people on that you've already kind of been in a challenge group, working on a fitness program, drinking Shakeology, super easy for you to get started that way. And if you haven't, this is a great time for you to reach out to your coach and really talk about your goals, the things you want to accomplish, you know, the time you have, if there's any specific health things you have going on that you want to work on, so that your coach can really suggest the best package, fitness program, nutrition plan for you to get started that'll really help you achieve those goals you're looking for. And then when it comes to actually getting started with coaching, you will be added to our team pages. You'll you'll have all of the resources that we've been talking about with the business trainings, and you have access to all of us. You don't just have your coach, but you have the entire team that you are joining to be a part of, which is incredible, because there are people at your fingertips at all times that can answer questions you have when you are new, and that you have them, right? So you have all of the support you need. It's just really about, like we said, the first and foremost thing is really being committed to your own journey and starting to share that journey. So making sure that you are set up with the perfect program and the nutrition plan that aligns with your goals and what you want to achieve so that you can start sharing that. And Jess, you're muted again.
Why do I keep doing that? Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, we just want to thank you for being here and are watching the recording. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or you can write them in the chat box. If not, we're going to let you guys go. We're just made it to our 1 hour mark. We planned for 30 minutes, so naturally it's double the time. We did it. All right, if there's no questions, thank you guys again so much. Reach out to us if you have any questions that come up, and have a great night. Bye.